What's up, recteq family? Watch this whole video and see if you can spot Rex. If you do, put in the comment section the timestamp that you see him and your favorite dish of the day, and you may win something.
Do. I'm tired of leaving. Do. recteq lifestyle.
Ow! Ow!
You just feel the energy in the room.
Ow!
You can just feel
Hello.
it. Oh, I gotcha. Party.
Facebook.
Thank you, Facebook.
So make sure you set your notifications, that way you know when we go live. Don't unfollow us, follow us, subscribe, and do all of that good stuff. Yep. If you're watching right now, go ahead and hit that share button for us. It really helps us spread the love. Go ahead and give us a like or a love, a heart face, a wow face, any of those emotions except for angry and sad. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. And YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you go down here and put a comment down in there, YouTube. So we really do appreciate it. It is Competition Pork Butt Day. It is also, man, I got nothing else.
It's National Shrimp Day.
It is National Shrimp Day.
You like shrimp?
Yesterday was National Brownie Day. We don't have a state here. That's sad. It's very, very sad.
Yep. Not today. Sad.
There's no National State Day today. That is.
Well, let's just, you know what? Let's just make today National recteq Day. The state of everything awesome. Right now, just today.
It's just
Why
today.
not?
I think that's 365, Chef.
Oh, absolutely. Well, 366 on a leap year.
That's right. But guys, when we upload this whole entire video onto YouTube, you might have a chance at winning a recteq prize pack. Last week's winner was Mr. Billy Tatum.
What's up, Billy? Congratulations, buddy.
Billy. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you watch this whole entire video and you will learn how to win yourself a recteq prize pack. Billy, please reach out to Madeline. That's Madeline, M-A-D-E-L-I-N-E at recteqgrills.com. Send her over an email and she'll take care of that recteq prize pack for you. We really, really do appreciate it. But today's all about pork butts. It is May, National BBQ Month.
It's been a great month so far, man.
Absolutely. So we're taking everything basic. What did we start out with, Chef?
We did a competition chicken at the Mamba 2 weeks back.
Right.
Last Friday, we were at my house rocking some briskets.
Brisket.
And then today we're doing pork butt. Next week will be ribs back at the house.
That's
and
right.
Then,
next week it'll be Chef Greg and Chef John. Matt, Lane, and myself will be in Memphis, so make sure you tune in for that. And then Chef John did a great job for Mix It Up Monday.
Sure did.
So if you guys don't know about Mix It Up Monday, we go live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard every Monday. And John will bring in a different bartender. They will mix up some drinks and cook something. So that's definitely a lot of fun to watch. Make sure you check that out. But let's get to this trimming. What do we got here, Chef?
All right, so I've got a couple different pork butts, and people were like, okay, cool, it's just a pork butt. Well, it's more than just a pork butt. So the bone is going to be...
Pork shoulder.
Exactly. So if we
pork
were
picnic.
If we were a pig, this would be the upper part of the shoulder, and then more of the elbow, if you will, would be the picnic. So all together could be a picnic roast, shoulder roast, but this is typically the pork butt. It is not the butt, because that would actually be the ham.
Okay.
So a couple different parts here. When you're looking to shop for a really good competition pork butt,
You guys pay attention right now. You're about to get something.
you can feel the bone on one end. On the other end is to be the money muscle. Okay, and if you look at these pork butts, you can see through the cryovac that this one's probably pretty good. This was a just shy of 10 pounds. So that money muscle is going to sit right in here, and that's actually what we're going to put in the box.
That's right.
That's
the best tasting part of the pork butt,
Absolutely.
everybody.
We're not gonna
the money muscle.
We're not going to mess with the tubes or the bacon and whatnot. We're strictly going to be cooking this for the money muscle. And if you look at this one over here, this is a just over a 9-pounder. This one you can see is significantly smaller. So this one would not be a great pork butt for competition.
Okay.
So when you see them all open in the case, be that guy.
Yeah.
And like
Go
get
for
in
size.
here
Bigger
and look.
is better.
You know, and actually look at that marbling and what it looks like. So we'll go ahead and we'll get this trimmed up kind of a little differently.
And again, this is competition style pork butt, guys. Of course, we are only going to use the money muscle when we turn it in our box. But of course, like Chef Greg said, you can use the tubes, you can use the bacon. We will try to show you that later.
We sure will.
Did we have one separated?
Over here.
All right, perfect.
Yeah,
So we'll show you guys all of that stuff later. But again, if you just wanted to cook this for your backyard, you could literally just cook it from here, squirt some mustard on it or binder,
and we got that right
sprinkle
there.
some seasoning on it. And then there's a great video on YouTube. Don't mean to toot my own horn, but
It was a great-
starring,
it was a
starring
great
me. But it's a backyard pork butt video for YouTube. I definitely encourage you to check that out, guys. It's super, super easy. We cooked a 10-pound pork butt, showed you exactly how to do it, easy peasy lemon squeezy style. We kept it really simple. But Chef Greg right now is going to be trimming off a lot of this fat.
Yeah, so we're not going to eat this fat, and I want to get some more smoke and bark on some of this. This is going to be your bacon meat.
It's
okay?
all about surface area.
Now, it's
everybody.
not your actual bacon, it's not the pork belly, but there are some really nice pieces of meat in here, and if we expose that, it's going to get a little crispy, get some smoke and char in there. It's going to be pretty good. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Now, what you can't do is you can't show up to a contest with a whole bunch of pre-trimmed money muscle. Can't do it.
Nope. It's
In the
technically
rules,
illegal.
you have to have it attached. It has to be attached to the pork butt, and it cannot be removed prior to an internal of 145 degrees, because technically pork is cooked at 145.
Great.
Even though we know we're going to take it longer. So I'll turn this way to get another camera shot here. I'm going to trim off some of this stuff in here because, again, this is not going to be good eats. So
And
some
if
of this fat and sinew and junk,
All that goop.
we want to get rid of.
But if you guys want to put the maximum amount of smoke flavor on your food, you want to give it the maximum amount of surface area. That's also why we like spatchcocking chickens, is it gives it the most amount of surface area for that smoke to penetrate and absorb into the meat. So again, we're giving it the most amount of surface area, just like when we did our whole hog. You know, we trimmed it up and we actually took off a lot of the skin. That way it gives it more surface area. That way that smoke can penetrate into the meat. That's exactly what you want.
And we'll get in here, we'll just clean this up a little bit. And again, I'm doing it kind of backwards for you guys, so
Please
takes
forgive
me
him.
just a little bit longer to do that.
And we usually do, when we do a competition, we usually smoke it at 225 degrees.
Yep.
And if you guys talk to any pitmaster, what is the number one thing that they are concerned about when cooking anything for a competition? Is temperature control. That PID computer, that proprietary smart grill technology algorithm, that's going to hold a temperature good and tight for you. If you set it to 225, it's going to sit at 225. Right here, we got the Bull RT 700. It's set at 225, and the actual temperature is at 225. The cool thing about this grill, besides the 6-year warranty, besides the 40-pound hopper, besides the ceramic ignition system, is you can actually control this grill from your recteq Grills app. You can turn the grill up, down, on, or off from anywhere as long as you have a cell signal, because your grill is going to be sitting, at the house or either at the competition. So you can turn it on if you're hooked up.
All right, so Jordan, get in here pretty close. This is going to be a critical step. What we're going to do is we're going to take our knife and we're going to cut into a nice tube, if you will. And you can look, there's a fat seam right over here. We're going to go just outside of that, and I'm going to try to create the perfect looking loin, if you will, of that money muscle.
Okay, then.
Okay, so I'm going to do is I'm going to take that knife kind of flat and just slowly cut and rock in until I get to the bottom of that fat cap, and be very careful we don't cut through. And again, I'm just going to follow that seam in here.
Oh, be careful, don't cut all the way through.
Okay, and then when I get open a little bit, I'm going to kind of curve the knife back. And again, sharp knives here, guys. And then this is going to be our money muscle. Now, so this doesn't get in the way and block some stuff. We're just going to trim it back just a hair.
Whoa, you're just trimming that off, Chef?
Yep, just going to trim it back just a hair. And that way we don't obstruct any of our airflow to this, because we want this to get perfect. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to clean this up just a little bit more.
And if it said in the rules that you can go ahead and separate this and cook it, we would, of course, just separate it and cook it by itself. But since it has to be attached per the rules, that's why we're leaving it attached.
And what I'll do is I'll get in here and I'll kind of just, again, the more time I spend making this perfect now, the more easier it will be after the fact, because this is going to have even consistent smoke, even consistent caramelization. So spend a few minutes.
And you want to keep it as thick as possible.
You want to keep it nice and even. And again, we want to make sure it's going to be nice cylinder. And again, it's still attached, because again, see guys?
Man, that thing looks tubular.
See, look, you can see the sunlight coming right through there. So again, this looks pretty good to me. I'm happy with this.
Man, that looks amazing, Chef Greg. So we just got finished up with our trimming here. And of course, we're going to inject and season as well.
So we've got some awesome friends at AtlantaBBQStore.com. Our rubs, second to none. But if you want to win and take your flavor to the next level, you really want to look into some products. We're going to use a Butcher's Barbecue open pit pork injection. We've mixed that up per the recipe. It's 3/4 cup of the dry mix with 2 cups of water, and this is going to be our injection. And one of the kind of fancy rubs that we're going to use today is by Oak Ridge Barbecue. This is a secret weapon chicken and pork. Some great flavor in here. But as Jody said, backyard barbecue,
You can
throw
use
some
anything you
yellow
want.
mustard on there, grab some Casanova competition rub, grab some either Heffer dust or Front Row Master Blend or Rossarooski's, whatever. Dump it on there and
any of our
forget about it.
seasonings, you can dump it on this bad boy and cook you an awesome backyard pork butt. But Chef Greg is going to insert this in a grid pattern about an inch by inch and get as much of that.
And if any squirts out, not a big deal, okay? Because it's going to be a binder.
Possible.
Man, what's up with the wind today? It's been
It's awesome. It feels
beautiful
great.
and
It feels
breezy.
absolutely amazing.
Any extra injection, you kind of rub around, okay? And again, I'm going to put some in here. And a couple other pieces to the pork. If you look at the bone right here, these are going to be your horn. And there's some really good meat in here as well that when it's done, we can take and glaze and rub down with some super
Absolutely.
secret stuff and make it delicious. But
Absolutely.
we're going to smoke this again, 225, and we're looking for color. I don't care about internal temperature.
Nope,
I'm looking for color.
It's all about
So
competition. You eat with your eyes first.
it's anywhere from 5 to 7 hours. I hate to be vague, but it'll be somewhere in there. Once it's got a good mahogany color to it, we're going to take it out, and it should be above 145 at that point. But then what I'll do is I'll actually cut this in half to let it cook quicker. We will wrap up our money muscle, and then we'll continue to cook in foil.
So Chef Greg is just going to put, he's got just put a little binder on there, and then we're going to season it with whatever seasoning that we wanted to use. But this has been the trimming, seasoning, and injecting part of our pork butt. When we come back at about 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, we're going to smoke the pork butt. We're going to put it on the grill.
Yep.
We're going to wrap one, pull one off, and wrap it, and then we'll talk also about a lot of money muscle talk, and we'll also mess with the money muscle as well. So thank you guys so much for joining us for Fun Day Friday. What, Jordan? Twitter, absolutely. So when we go off the air here, we go live on Twitter every Funday Friday, so make sure you join us there. But we'll be back live here about 12 p.m. Eastern Standard. If you know anybody out there that wants to learn how to cook a competition pork butt, please hit the share button. That really, really helps us out. And share this video with all of your friends. We really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard. We'll see you at the recteq.
Do.
Competition pork butts. We're gonna kick your butt with our pork butts. If you ain't first, you're last. I play for keeps. That's that
Shake and bake, Ricky Bobby.
That's that branded recteq mustard. Woo! Woo!
Do.
Friday, Friday.
Do.
Yeah, my life is Friday.
Do. recteq, New Balances. Jody's excited. It is National BBQ Month in May. He's ready to get on the road to Memphis. But first we got Boss Hog, then BBQ.
Yep.
Like your barbecue fun meter is like about to.
I'm excited. I'm sweating.
Well, it's only 9,000 degrees.
I feel like I'm on top of the flavor elevator, and I'm about to jump off into a giant, flavorful explosion of love.
Dude, I mean, we had a great practice session on Tuesday. We
What?
cooked one of everything.
Practice session.
We built every box. We followed our timelines. Our food was amazing.
Yep.
We
We got
got some
everything
great
wrote down.
pictures.
Got a lot of data, a lot of information. Barbecue is all starting to taste the same to me.
Yes.
So we need some taste
My
testers.
tongue is just. It's
So if you ever want to become a taste tester for recteq grills, I encourage you to put it in the comment section below and share this video.
Yes.
We're going to pick from the pile of people that share this video and comment on it, and we may or may not invite you out here to taste a lot of barbecue.
Yeah.
So you might as well just go ahead and do that now.
We make enough of it.
Just in case that we actually do that. So, but thank you for joining us. And if you're joining us on YouTube, thank you so much. Make sure you watch this whole entire video because you may just win yourself a recteq prize pack. But Chef Greg, nonetheless,
All right. So to recap, last night I put a couple of pork butts on last night,
you put them on last night.
Last night.
Did you sleep like a baby?
like a rock.
Wow.
Like
That
a
is,
rock.
that is the opposite of a baby.
I was sleeping very hard. I might have been snoring profusely. My side might or
Sorry,
might have
Julie.
been hurting. So, babe, I'm sorry for that one.
Sorry
But
about that.
with that PID controller and that 40-pound hopper, you don't have to worry about anything.
Smart girl technology.
It's the best. So these, we're gonna get this wrapped. Now this color-wise, a little bit dark. Not gonna lie. We let this go a little bit longer, but again, backyard, wrap this up.
Backyard, baby, we're gonna wrap it.
Tons of juice in there. Again, we injected these. Look at, hold on a second. Look at the leakity leak right there. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But we'll get that wrapped up. We will cook that to an internal about 200-ish degrees.
And we're gonna double wrap this. We're not just gonna single wrap it.
You gotta double wrap.
We don't want it to steam.
You want to get that wrap really tight. Make sure there's no air bubbles, air gaps.
And do yourself a favor, guys. This is a Pitmaster tip. Go and get yourself some industrial strength and size foil. This is a lifesaver to have in your cooking trailer.
If you don't have a 2,000-foot roll of heavy-duty aluminum foil,
I don't know what you're doing with your
now if you
life.
want, when you wrap it the second time, turn it sideways.
No, I don't do that, Greg.
You don't go that way?
No, absolutely not. I just flip it over and we're good to go.
I go sideways, so I capture it in, and then I still put it in the can. And that way, if I get a little
still
leakage,
put it in the can.
and that way, if I get any leakage, it's captured.
Again, there's no science behind it, guys. Just make sure you wrap it nice and tight,
Yep.
like a burrito.
Gotta be a burrito.
So you can see this thing is hot as a brick.
And now the money muscle we cut off, and we wrap those separately, and we'll let those go until right about 205 degrees or so.
But yeah, guys, check it out. That is the money muscle right there. Of course, this is for competition, so we're going to slice this up like that and put it in the smoker. But we've already separated it. And you said we're only going to take that pork butt to about 190 until it's proven tender, right, Chef?
Yeah, because there's only certain pieces of that I want. Now, if you're doing a backyard barbecue, feel free to go higher. Go 198, go over 200. It's going to render out more fat, and it's going to pull easier for you.
Absolutely.
So we want to get these on?
Absolutely.
So these are 2 pork butts that Jody seasoned up with recteq yellow brand mustard, not available in grocery stores, and not a real product. We'll put these fat cap down.
Why is that, Chef?
All right, so we want to protect the meats. So the closest thing to the heat is going to be that fat cap. So in traditional style smokers, some people say fat cap up because the meat is going to magically render and go through the meat. Okay, recteq disclaimer.
That's
I'm just going to
science.
keep it real with you guys.
That's science.
Oil and water don't mix. So if you have a large fat cap at the top, it's not going to magically render down and go through make your meat moist. What you will find is that all of the bark that was developed on the bottom of the butt might stick to your grate, so you can use a grill mat for that.
Mhm.
But again, it's not going to do anything. So protect your meat from the heat, put your fat cap down. That's the same for pork butts,
That's right.
briskets, it doesn't matter.
Point the fat towards the heat.
You know, we're going 225, but if you're in a pickle and you want a hot fast pork butt, 350 degrees, you can do a 10-pound pork butt in 5 hours.
Chef Greg has done it.
You've done it.
Make sure you follow him on all social media because you can find awesome, cool tips that he's done like that before.
All right, so let's build a box. And
Do
the
it.
first time, I'm not gonna lie, that I built a kale box, I was like, oh my god, this is the scariest thing ever. So we're gonna grab
Don't be afraid.
we're gonna grab some kale in small bunches, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna build about a 1/2 inch layer of kale. And if you got some, when you bunch it up, if you got some longer leaves, just pull them off, okay? And this is gonna give a base to our pork butt. And these are things you do if your competition is Saturday. This is done Friday, okay?
And keep it really consistent, guys.
Yep.
You want to keep the height all the same. But let's say with ribs, Chef Greg and myself, we actually like a little bit more of a stand-up display. So we're actually going to have the kale a little taller in the back of the box and then a little shorter in the front. That way it gives it a good display height.
And you want to make sure it's not too high, that your food is actually touching the box when it's closed.
Correct.
And it's kind of hard when you get started, but it'll all make sense when we get more in here. But again, I take some big pieces, kind of twist them up, break them off. There's not an exact science to this. I thought this was way more scary and confusing the first time I did it. I'm not gonna lie, I was more worried about the kale than the barbecue, which is the
Right.
wrong way to think about that.
Yeah, just throw that stuff in the box, man. The judges, as long as it's not super sloppy and as long as when they take that piece of meat, they don't get a piece of garnish.
Yeah, you don't want little
You're good to
shreds.
go.
You want big pieces of kale, okay? So again, you kind of bunch them up.
And this is some beautiful dark green kale.
And I'm not gonna lie, for a BBQ, I think I'm gonna grab some hair trimmers, and we're gonna give our kale a haircut before it goes in. That's gonna be our secret. That box is gonna be like a high fade up top.
And then once we get this done, we are going to take a damp
Paper
paper towel
Yep.
and then put it on the top try to keep the moisture. And then we're going to take this out of the refrigerator probably about 30 minutes before we go to box it, because we want it to get to room temperature. We actually don't want that cold kale to actually cool our meat down, you know, because when the judges are tasting it, we want it to be at that perfect temperature. And
you don't want it to
obviously
be
not
wet
chilly.
either. Yeah, you don't want it to be wet either. So just a damp towel over the top. So as you get a whole row in there, now you can kind of scrunch it in. You can kind of shape it around the corners. I'll need a little piece back in here, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. But what we're doing is now, you know, for the competition, we're thinking about flavor profiles. You know, we're gonna make sure we got sweet elements to our glaze. You know, we'll make sure our sauces are good and hot, so you don't want to glaze meats with cold sauces. Or for backyard, you're sleeping. That barbecue is just pumping along in that recteq, and you don't have to do a darn thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. You guys, make sure you go to recteqgrills.com, sign up for our newsletter. That way you know where we're at. You can actually, you know, find out about like flash sales and different cool things that we're doing throughout the week via that email. Make sure you follow us on all social media, set your notifications, because tomorrow, again, we will be at the competition, the Boss Hog.
If you guys are in and around the Waynesboro, Georgia area, stop on by. We've got a lot of barbecue teams representing. We'll be assisting Carrie Chastain.
Hold Your Horses
Barbecue. I think it's spot 23. We've got a Jim Berg. Well, they're with Killer Bees Barbecue, Jim and Jan Berg. They're in
They won
spot
last year.
I think they're in spot 3. Matt Barber with Hot Wachulas.
Matt's gonna be there too?
I believe so. I'm pretty sure he's there over in your spot 20 or so.
Man, they got you. Hey guys, remember to join us live on Twitter after we go off the air here. We'll see you at the recteq.
Do. Making kale pretty again.
Twitter expert. Hey, my name's Jordan. Hey, I really like Infinity Wars.
Do. Matt Lane builds a treehouse.
It's recycling wood.
While we wait for some people to join, tell us the story behind that building the treehouse. What did we just experience back here?
Yeah, Matt looks like he got a fresh trash can, and then he put a plastic bag in that trash can.
It's in its own natural
And
habitat.
then he started shoving sharp pieces of wood in that trash can. Now, if it were just I...
Ooh, wait, no, he's coming at us.
No, he's coming at us.
He's going to attack us.
Oh,
Wait.
Lord. Oh, Lord.
He looks aggressive.
Treehouse almost ready for Memphis, Jody.
Oh, sweet, man. I'm ready for that triple decker.
Nice perch.
Memphis?
Perch.
What's going on in Memphis?
Yeah, so Matt Lane is actually, and myself, we're actually going to Memphis Sunday morning. We're leaving here at 6
You
a.m.
got to make sure you set your notifications because it just notified me we are live.
Yeah, guys.
This is amazing.
Man, technology.
Always something.
Hey, does the recteq Grills app also come up on your iPhone? iWatch?
It will.
Huh. You guys should head on over to the Apple Store, or the Google Play Store, and download the recteq Grills
those few
app.
beta testers out there, like myself, you can get those updates on your smart device and your watch. It's amazing. So Memphis in May, you guys, when are you leaving?
Yes, we're leaving Sunday morning at 6 a.m. 6 a.m.
Is he going to sleep in the truck Saturday night not to be late?
No, Matt is never late. He's always way before me. Any time that we've ever taken a trip together, Matt has always been the one to go to bed last and wake up first.
Does he ever really go to bed then?
I don't know. I'm the one that always goes to bed first, and then I wake up last.
So you going to make some stops along the way to Memphis or just go straight for it?
No, Greg, we are going straight for it. I know earlier in our plans we were thinking about stopping in Birmingham like we did last year, but set up and load in starts on Sunday, okay? And with the size of the Mamba, last year on Tuesday when we went to load in, we clipped a couple of fences. So we want to avoid that altogether. So we were loading in late in the day on Sunday. So
That Mamba is nothing to mess with. That thing is
man,
pretty
it is,
impressive.
from rooter to tutor, that thing is 36 feet. And it is over it's like 12,000 pounds.
It's awesome.
It's heavy. And the truck's like 10,000 pounds. But DOT, we're under 26,000. So there's no need for us to stop at any weigh stations and or have a DOT number. So please,
If you're out there, DOT workers, just if you see the Mamba, just
look
give
the
us a
other
wave, and we'll be on our way. Okay?
All right, so we unwrapped.
So what do you got here,
We
Chef?
have some money muscle. We unwrapped one earlier. Again, this was the smaller of the two.
Now, again, if there's people just now joining us, could you break it down as to what the money muscle essentially is?
So the money muscle is basically what brings the money to the table, right? So when you're trying to win first place, you want the judges to eat this. And you can see this one's significantly smaller and misshapen, and this one is just about perfect.
Smaller
It's nice and
and
cylindrical, and it's got great color to it. And we're gonna glaze these up. And
We're essentially going to dress it up, right, Chef?
We are.
Make it look
and
pretty.
I'm a huge fan of utilizing our non-stick cooking mats, available at recteqgrills.com. I also use a wire rack to make it just one step easier to move.
Yeah, so it's solid.
Yep. So we talk about glazing these. You want to do things that are high in sugar, high in flavor, real shiny. And a couple of things you can do. We've got some delicious, fresh, local honey. So we can add that into our glaze. If you've not seen the recteq Grills brand corn syrup, it's not a real product and it's not available in the stores, but make sure you try to look for it, okay? A little bit of that
Ask
hero
your
syrup in
grocer
there.
for it. It will be out in the market hopefully.
And another product you can pick up at AtlantaBarbecueStore.com is some fine swine gourmet barbecue sauce. Again, this has great flavor, great color. We thinned it out with a little bit of hot apple juice, and we added some honey and some Karo syrup. And look at the consistency of this. It's a little on the thinner side, but the color is just amazing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start to glaze these money mussels, and we're gonna let this go for about maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes in the smoker or so to let that tack up. And you want to get that glaze over every nook and cranny.
And you only get about 1 to 2 bites, so that's why we're injecting, that's why we're seasoning at every process, that's why we're glazing. We will put a finished glaze on it, we will put a finishing seasoning on it before it goes in our box. The reason for that, guys, is because when a judge bites into it, you want that flavor to absolutely explode! That way they give you a 9.
And we might even, after we slice this and taste a piece, maybe it's missing something. Well, that's our opportunity to add it in. We can add a little more dry rub. We can tweak our glaze, tweak our sauce.
Sweet,
all sorts of
heat,
stuff.
we can do all kinds of stuff.
You want to grab that lid for me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's go for it.
And again, we're using the Bull RT700. We've got it set at 225 degrees, and it's sitting at 225 degrees. It's got that 40-pound hopper here, stainless steel cooking chamber, internal grill light that comes standard, bottom shelf that comes standard.
Hold 225 like a champ.
Absolutely. We just opened that lid, and it's still holding 225. So, but with the other pork butts, you can see them over here.
They're just starting to sweat. They've been on about 35 minutes. They're just starting to sweat, give off some juice. And that mustard, again, I'm not a huge fan of yellow mustard. You're not going to taste it. Okay, just think of it as seasoning glue. That's all it is.
Yep, and you guys can see the aluminum foil here. We recommend you foiling your drip tray. That way, when you get done with this cook, you can easily take that foil off and refoil and prepare for your next cook. I always suggest doing that, and so does Chef Greg, is when you get done with this current cook and everything's cooled down, go ahead and clean everything out. Clean out your fire pot, put new foil on there, scrape your grates. That way, when you're leaving work late one night, you can go ahead and turn that grill on from your app. When you get home, your grill's ready, and you can throw that meat on there super fast, super easy, and it's already ready.
And just make sure you check out your pellets too, because you don't want to fire up that grill and be low on pellets and run the risk of running that out.
And during competitions, we only use the Ultimate Blend Pellet. That's our perfect mixture of red oak, white oak, and hickory. The perfect combination of all of those 3 woods to give you that perfect smoke flavor, to give you that. And you can see it over here, guys. This is the type of smoke that you want, okay?
Nice, thin,
You want
clean.
nice, clear, thin, light blue smoke. You can see the light blue smoke coming off of this grill. And again, if this was a brand new grill, okay, you're not going to see as much smoke because you don't have a bunch of seasoning on the
Again,
inside.
you can see the creosote building up here on the lid. All of that's flavor. So the more you use your grill, the inside of this is no longer shiny. It's well seasoned.
So that's not rust, correct?
It is not rust. It is not paint.
We get that a lot.
It is not rust. It is not paint. It is creosote.
So that's just the buildup, the soot, the grease.
It's a byproduct of burning wood because we're burning wood the entire cook. But that Ultimate Blend pellet is the only pellet I use at the house when I'm cooking pizzas, barbecue, cakes, cookies. We made those brookies on the BFG yesterday. Man, that was
Brownie cookies.
fantastic. So make some brownie batter, take some chocolate chip cookie dough. I didn't come up with the recipe. I stole it from one of our friends. It's amazing. But cook it on a recteq gets even better. But May is super exciting. We got Boss Hog this weekend. I'll be down there cooking with Carrie Chastain.
Hold your horses, Barbara.
Hold Your Horses Barbecue. So if you guys are anywhere near the Waynesboro, Georgia area, stop on by. I'll be out there with the Chuck Wagon, a couple 700s, some recteq swag. Jody and John Dillon and Becky will be down on Saturday hanging out for a little bit. And then make sure you guys stop in Memphis in May. Check the guys out. They'll be with the Shed up there again, defending
World Grand Champs. Not just Grand Champs.
everything.
World Grand Champs.
Undisputed.
Undisputed. It has never happened to where we placed it more. We placed it in more categories last year than anybody's ever placed
I
it in
can't
one.
get over the fact that Dave Grohl held your bait. So if you want to
Food
see
Fighters,
all of the behind-the-scenes shenanigans, if you want to see Dave Grohl
Hold my baby.
hold John Dillon Jr.,
No, let me tell this story. Let me tell this story about Memphis in May. Okay, sorry, Jordan. We'll get to your question. I promise.
That's
after
okay.
this one. He was going to cut right in front of us, but he saw us. We were acting a fool, and he came in there and he sung "Zombie" with us. It was absolutely amazing.
and that's how you live the recteq life.
But that's one of the very cool things that happened in Memphis in May. Just living the recteq lifestyle. Believe me, Ray's going to be there. Ron's even going to be there this year, so you know it's going to be crazy. But make sure you follow us on all social media, especially me personally, Ray, Ron, and everybody at the recteq.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Jordan, you had a question. Give it to me.
Send them to Twitter if you want to hear the question. Just go.
Oh,
to Twitter.
okay. So let's make sure you guys go to Twitter when we go off the Harry here. When we come back, we will be boxing some of this pork butt. We will be tasting some of this pork butt, and then we'll answer a few questions that you guys have out there. We really appreciate it. And we're not going to tell you a time because you got to set your notifications. That way you know when we go live. Okay. But make sure you follow us on Twitter and tune into Twitter after we go on the live, go off of the air here. Thank you guys so much.
We'll see you at the recteq. Dude. Look at this money muscle. It's just starting to tack up. It's no longer just barely sticking.
Look at Chef Greg's perfect, gorgeous meat.
Dude.
Look at that smoke ring.
Recteq lifestyle. What's up, buddy?
See the smoke ring?
Almost ready to build a
Darnell! I followed you the other day. Did you see me? Okay. You didn't wave or anything. That was real polite of you. No, you didn't. Okay. Because I let the lady go. That was, I don't know.
All right.
Right?
Let's start boxing some of this up.
And
So
she
we've
took
got our
forever.
money muscle glazed.
It was bad.
We've got some tubes and horn meat here. And normally I just put money muscle in the box.
Oh, man.
But
Look at
let's
that.
go rogue.
Look at that smoke ring.
So I'm gonna do is take some a little bit more of our glaze here, make it pretty. And I have no clue what this is gonna look like. We're just gonna go for it. Now, I do put moist towels to kind of block in where I'm gonna put my food.
So why would you do that, Chef?
So I am not a fan of having to clean up dirty boxes. So what I wanna do is keep my box as clean as possible. Because when it gets all full of sauce and glaze and just, it makes it hard.
It does. It makes it difficult. For sure.
So we're just gonna glaze up some of these little horn pieces
And your box design is completely up to you guys. It's however frisky you're feeling that day. You know, you can be symmetrical, you can be asymmetrical. You know, normally when we put stuff in the box, it's just going to be the money discs, is what I call them, the money muscle. But Chef is
I don't know, we're just
putting some beautiful stuff. It's going to look amazing when you get done with it. It's going to be
know.
like a work of art, brother.
and if not, we got 3 more boxes to make it happen.
And again, when you're doing competition cooks, you know, you're doing a lot more pork butts than what we just cooked. You're usually doing 6 to 8.
Let's go ahead and slice
most
this bad boy
teams.
up. So
Make sure you use a super sharp knife, guys. You don't want it to catch and mess up that meat.
look at that smoke ring in there. Jody, you want to try this? Now, normally we'll
please.
do is we'll taste this, and if we have to adjust anything, we will.
This is going to be when we do that.
It's pretty good.
If I had a little bit of that white lightning for my boys at Boar's Night Out, I'd probably sprinkle a little bit of that white lightning on there. Shout out to Boar's Night Out. They'll be at Memphis in May. They were at the 3rd place whole hog last year. So shout out to those boys. Eric Hodson. Man, that looks good. Andrew
good.
Billings.
When I
Boar's
slice
Night
it,
Out.
make sure you keep it in order so you don't get anything out of order.
You want everything to look in place.
And this is
And be
really,
gorgeous.
really tender.
And this is, I mean, this is probably, if you're going to compare this to anything, it's like a tenderloin, but like butter. So if I were to compare it to anything, because it's not pulled, it's sliced, I would compare it to like a beautiful, beautiful, the most amazing pork tenderloin you've ever had in your life.
No doubt.
Now, if you're doing a backyard pork butt, okay, and you get your pork butt done and you pull it out of the packaging and you just happen to grab that money muscle and just put it off to the side, that's okay. You can make great pulled pork without that money muscle. What do we call that, chef? It's like the chef's portion or the chef's bite.
It's the Scooby snack, man.
Yeah, so that, just make sure, just think about it, guys, when you're doing those pork butts. Just go ahead and take that money muscle off, set it off to the side, and save it for yourself, because you worked hard for that.
So then what I can do is, since I'm done here, I'll just pull my paper away and see how clean my box
Take
is.
the skirt off that thing.
And there we go. And we'll make sure, see, that can close without hitting the lid.
And if it doesn't close, what are the adjustments that you're going to have to make right now, Chef
So what I'll do
Greg?
is I'll grab a small pair of forceps, and what I can do is I can push the bottom of that kale down. But we're good here. See, it's not, well, a little bit maybe.
But again, it's all visual, guys. It's not going to affect the taste of this
It is
pork
not.
or anything. But you're really trying to eliminate
And
the
what you
number
want
of
to
things
avoid
that
is
the
after you
judges
build your
don't
box
like.
and taking that paper away, you don't want to start doing this, because what's going to happen is you're going to get your sauce on your box
everywhere, and it's
And-
actually, it'll show up on your kale
And
as
once
well.
it gets in there, is kind of a pain. But I could have probably done 2 more slices of money muscle. To me, that looks pretty good. I've got
Looks
even
gorgeous.
greenery around.
And then if you've got some junk or gunk or anything, you can actually use a Q-tip and just be very, very precise. What I like to do is kind of set one hand on top of the other and then just barely dab it. That way you don't affect the meat, you don't affect
Yep.
the kale, but you're getting that extra barbecue sauce off there.
No doubt.
That visually doesn't look good in the box.
Yeah, but I think this is pretty good. I mean, I don't know.
I think it's great, buddy.
It's something different,
What are you
but-
talking about? You think it's pretty good. It's freaking amazing
I'm
looking.
my own worst critic,
Cheese
you know.
and crackers.
So
Treat yourself right now. Just treat yourself, Greg, to what you have done.
but see, I'm already thinking about the next one.
You're already thinking about the next
Already
one.
thinking about the next one.
I'm thinking about this one right here. And I'm also thinking about, when I get back to my computer, I'm going to check out the recteq website. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the homepage, and I'm going to sign up for that newsletter. That way, I know what's coming up, what kind of flash sales are going on,
Cheers, buddy.
what the recteq folks are up to, and then cool promotions and things that we're doing. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I've been thinking about.
So thinking about cool promotions. Right now, if you guys go to AtlantaBBQStore.com, when you go to checkout, you can put a discount code in there, recteq10, capital RECTEC 10. That's 10% off your order.
And don't forget the recteq 10 code at iceroutdoors.com. That's part of being part of the recteq family.
Gotta be in the
is
family.
You get a lot of cool swag, you get a lot of cool discounts and things of that nature. But don't forget, I want to tell everybody, SCA, the State Cook-Off Association,
So
is
much
giving
fun.
away a wild side right now. Go to their page, go to their Facebook page. They've got a post about the wild side. You got to like, share, and comment on that post to be eligible. You also have to like us and like them on Facebook. But they're giving away a wild side, guys. The wild side RTA 850.
The thing is
It's
awesome.
$17.99. Ships for free right to your
So
door.
cool. So cool.
But we've been selling the crap out of those things.
Saw Michael Wheeler up there cooking some chickens last night. He was doing during the game about 7 o'clock or so. He had some rotisserie chickens, 2 of them on the rotisserie spit rod.
Yeah. Our boy Joey Machado with B&B Charcoal
Crushed it up
actually
there.
took a wild side to the National Hardware trade show in Las Vegas. The B&B Charcoal boys, all of those are world-class pitmasters, but they were cooking on it. He actually cooked a baked an apple pie
In
on
the
the
oven.
the warming area, the oven part.
Awesome.
It's absolutely
Huge.
amazing. Make sure you follow those guys on social media. Something tells me that they might be giving away a wild side here pretty soon, so make sure you follow B&B Charcoal.
You never know.
On Facebook. But man, Chef Greg, this was an amazing episode. Again, the whole month of May we've been doing barbecue. We started with chicken.
Yep.
Last week we did brisket. This week we did pork butts.
Yep.
Next week, Chef Greg and you, Chef John and you are
He's
going to
gonna
be
come over to
doing
the
ribs.
house, and we're gonna be doing some competition ribs. So it's gonna be fierce.
Yeah,
It's gonna
and
be
then
awesome.
then you're probably also going to tell them about how to do an awesome backyard rib cook
We sure
as
are.
well.
Yep. And then we get to bring it all full circle at Banjo BBQ
That's right.
Memorial Day weekends. It's gonna
We'll be going live from Banjo BBQ, so the
May
music will be going.
24th and 25th. You get to see me all stressed out in the Mamba, getting all of
The
these meats
beers
done
will be
for real.
flowing. That's right.
But I'm not going to be stressed out because I got the best
No.
cooker in the world. We
Well-
actually got 4 of them in the Mamba. One
And
for
you know what?
ribs, one for brisket, one for pork, one for chicken.
And all of our best friends are coming into town as well.
Absolutely.
We're in our home. We're in our hometown. There's no place better that we would rather be in and rather compete.
And I'm excited for you to set up that Dirty Girl Bloody Mary bar
Woo!
on Saturday. So if you guys are a fan of Bloody Marys, you're not ready. Last year, I stepped outside of the Mamba, and Jody had this Taj Mahal of a Bloody Mary bar. So if you guys want some fantastic
Y'all come and see us.
Bloody Mary mix and margarita mixes, check out dgmixers.com. We've got all natural mixes, we've got spicy mixes, mild mixes, habanero mixes, horseradish mixes.
That's right.
Everything you think of.
And if you're fancy, we've even got the only aged olive juice on the
It's
market.
fantastic.
It has been aged for 10 months. That makes your martini the absolute.
It's like it was kissed,
Best.
as you would say, kissed
By
by
an
an
angel.
angel.
Was that a TV show?
Touched by an angel?
Oh Lord, don't want to talk about that
No.
nowadays. But yes, this has been Funday Friday. Don't forget, guys, this whole entire episode is being uploaded to YouTube every Monday, and you can win a recteq prize pack just by watching that entire episode. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch that entire episode on Monday, and make sure you do the correct thing that we want you to do. That way you win yourself a recteq prize pack. I can't tell you now, you got to watch it.
And if you guys want to see all of the shenanigans that we do behind the scenes, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. We'll be at Boss Hog this week. All next week, Jody and the crew will be at Memphis in May. Then we'll be back for Funday Friday.
Man.
And Banjo BBQ's coming up
Banjo
right
BBQ,
here.
baby.
Banjo
We're
BBQ's
fired
coming
about
up.
Banjo BBQ. You guys go to banjobq.com/festival to get your tickets to that awesome, amazing event.
be
Come
awesome.
on to Augusta. We'll be at Lake Olmsted Stadium.
Yeah,
They've also got a tent area. It's going to be amazing.
I'm excited.
But thank you guys so much. Don't forget, Mix It Up Mondays. We'll see you at the recteq.
Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Glazing pork meat.
I'm going to do the, what's it called? Cotton Eye Joe? No.
And my brother got my Joe, man, my friend, wild time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where'd you come from? Cotton Eye Joe.